Hey everyone. Hi guys, how you doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all from wherever you're joining us from today. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope you guys are doing very well. Oh my god, I can see a lot of people on the comment section already. Thank you so much, guys. I'm just going to take a moment to acknowledge everybody in the comment section. Mommy of all mommies, Mommy Diaspora, thank you for always joining. Good morning to you. I hope you're doing very well. Thank you so much for always joining. I can see Jennifer. Jennifer, good morning to you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing very well. Thank you so much for joining. I can see Osai Govo. I'm so sorry. It's very difficult. I think I have to learn pronouncing Edo names right now. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Mary Kimade, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. Father Evangelist, man of God, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super grateful. I can see Faith. Favor, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you're doing very well. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I can see Cloud. Cloud, good morning to you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing very well. Thank you so much for joining. I can see more people joining. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. To the viewers back home, thank you for always being here. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you for your love, for your support. Thank you so much. I keep saying it. There's no Niger Watch without you guys. I can see Ima David. Ima David, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing okay. So guys, oh Mommy Diaspora, you're doing thank you so much. One love to you. Thank you, Mommy Diaspora. Guys, I hope you guys are doing very well. To everybody, thank you so much. I can never get tired of saying thank you. I mean, gratitude is the right attitude, right? All right, guys. So we're just going to dive into the news review I have for you guys this morning. We have a couple of news review this morning. Do not forget, if you're new here, if you're yet to subscribe, please do so. Please like this broadcast. Please share. This is not just for I and you. Please share. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much, guys. And so we're just going to dive into the news review I have for you guys this morning. Please stay tuned. Okay, so I know you guys have been following. I know you guys you've heard the governor of Ebonyi State has been talking about how his vote and every other persons of Ebonyi should go to APC. I mean, it is democracy. We all have rights to vote, whoever we want to vote. We all have right to vote whichever candidate we feel has been able to convince us as to the reason why we have to vote them. But I mean, David Umahi took another turn to say his vote and that of the people of Ebonyi, will be going to APC. So the people of, by the way, this is the governor of Ebonyi State. His name is Dave Umahi. So, but the people of Ebonyi State, like the Nigerians living in diaspora, as people of Ebonyi State, has come out to say, to give him a response based on what he said. So I'll just read so you guys can read with me. The Association of Ebonyi Indigenes, Social Cultural in Diaspora, a formal social cultural organization of the state abroad, has lashed out at Governor David Umahi over his Monday's order to Ebonyi indigenes to vote for the All Progressives Congress presidential candidate Ahmed Bola Tinubu, to the detriment of his Labour Party counterpart, Dr. Peter Obi, come 2023. This is as the group observed that Governor Umahi betrayal was the most unprecedented in Nigeria political history. Governor Umahi had, while inaugurating his new appointed commissioners and aides on Monday in Abakaliki, said Ebonyi people will vote for APC and not Labour Party. The governor appears to have come under serious attacks by critical stakeholders within and beyond the Southeast geopolitical zone after the comments he had on Tuesday. Refrain from this. Guys, you have it already. I mean, this is 2022. I believe we all have freedom to vote whoever we want to vote for. I believe we can, we can vote for any candidate we feel has been able to convince us as to why we have to give the person our vote. So I don't believe that at this era in this new generation, somebody can actually coerce you, or somebody can actually tell you, oh, vote for this person. Because I mean, at the end of the day, we all are going through the sufferings together. We all are going through the pain, the heartache, we're all going through it together. So I mean, they've responded to him. We can only sit back and wait and hear what he has to say. I think it was a good move for them to let him know that they can actually vote whoever they want to vote for. But as for the part they said betrayal, I don't know what they mean by betrayal. So because right now we're not even trying to be tribalistic, or we're trying to say, oh, because Ebonyi State is an eastern part of the country and Peter Obi is from the eastern part of the country, they have to vote him. At this point, I think we've all passed that. I don't think we're still voting because of state, or because of region, or because of tribes, or whatever. I don't think that's the case right now. I think Nigerians are just tired of suffering. I think Nigerians are done suffering. Like, Nigerians are done. So right now they just want somebody who will be able to take them to the promised land, if there's any such thing as that. Because I mean, Nigerians are done. I am tired suffering. And I am sure you guys watching me are also tired suffering. Nobody wants to suffer anymore. The suffering is just excess. Is too much. So I'm just going to move straight to Abba Kyari. I hope you guys know Abba Kyari. Abba Kyari was let me just put his picture right here. Abba Kyari was Abba Kyari was um the police officer who was arraigned together with Hush Puppy based on one thing he did or the other. But then two drug traffickers linked to Abba Kyari has been jailed, and they have 6 years each. You know, I'm just going to put that up for you guys to read. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm just going to read it out. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court, Abuja, has sentenced two drug traffickers, Chibuna Mene and Emeka Nzenwa, who were linked to the suspended Deputy Commissioner of Police, Abba Kyari, to 6 years imprisonment, delivering judgment in the case involving them on Tuesday. Justice Nwite convicted, well, actually, guys, this is also very tiny, and I hope you've gotten the message. Basically, I don't know, because the people we put in leadership, the people that are meant to lead us, the people that we look up to, the people that are supposed to be role models, are doing this. So, what do you expect from the common man? What do you expect from the layman? What do you expect from just anybody on the streets who does not exactly know where the second meal is coming from? If the people we put in power, if the people that are supposed to be our role models, if the people that we're meant to look up to can get themselves involved in things like that, then what do you expect from the common Nigerian? What exactly do you expect from the common Nigerian? Because this is heartbreaking, this is disheartening, this is sad, guys. Honestly, because I mean, I honestly do not know what to say. This is really, really heartbreaking, because these are people that we look up to. They are not meant to get themselves involved in things like this. And I mean, this is a law enforcement agency. You should know the do's and don'ts. You should know the right thing to do. So I'm just really surprised that they can get themselves involved in things like this. It shouldn't be so, because we look up to these guys. These are people we look up to protect us, to protect life and property. So getting themselves involved with things like this only just shows how far they care about us. Only just shows how far these people, you know, think about us, because it's really sad. It's really sad, guys. It's really, really sad. Okay, Naomi Bella, thank you so much. AL, thank you so much. Thank you guys for joining me on the comment section today. Thank you so much, guys. So as I was saying about our carry, I just really think that this is not right. I mean, these are people we look up to, people that we should be able to beat our chest and say, okay, yes, we have people that can protect us. We have people that will stand by us if it happens. But at this point, all man for himself, or because it's really crazy if things like this can be happening, if things like this can be going on for somebody. I mean, somebody who is supposed to be a law enforcement agency and is doing this. Honestly, guys, this is really sad. It's really sad, really, 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 really sad. So, as you can see from my heading, I have some gist based on Sowore that slammed Peter Obi concerning his trip to Egypt. If you joined our live video yesterday, we already displayed the video of Sowore that made a video saying calling Labour Party an orphanage for homeless politicians. If you have not watched our live video yesterday, you have to go back and watch it because it was very interesting. So you guys have to go back. So I'm just going to elaborate more on that because Sowore took to his Instagram handle. It took to his Instagram handle to say something concerning Peter Obi travel to Egypt, and he feels that Peter Obi is not prepared just because at this point, just 9 months to election, he's traveling to understudy, he's traveling to do this. So look at this, guys. Sowore said, I heard Peter Obi traveled to Egypt to learn how to fix education stroke power problems. This is exactly the problem with unprepared candidates. It is 9 months to election, and a two-term governor and former VP candidate want to go learn something from Egypt in 3 days. Wow. Honestly, I don't know what to make up of this. I don't know what to make up of this, but in my opinion, I feel you don't have to slam somebody else for you to make a point. I mean, you can make a point without having to slam somebody else or blast somebody else. You don't have to do that. 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 I think you should put more energy into showing Nigerians what you have to offer. Put more energy into showing Nigerians this is what I have to offer. This is why you need to vote me as the next president of Nigeria. I think that will be better. That will suffice. That will be better than slamming one other candidate just because of, I don't understand the reason as to why you have to go that length. We were just talking about how you said, made a comment yesterday, and today another one has popped up. I don't really think it's the right approach, knowing that right now Peter Obi is even the man of the people. Peter Obi is a man that, Nigerians are clamoring for. Peter Obi is the man everybody is clamoring for at this point because some people keep saying, oh, I don't like the fact that people are saying Peter Obi is like a messiah right now. But let's ask ourselves some questions. Don't you think Nigeria needs a messiah right now? Don't you think Nigeria needs a messiah? Because while in deep, don't you think Nigeria needs a messiah right now? Because I think we do need a messiah. People are just angry that, oh, what has Peter Obi done? Why? What has it done? Blah 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 blah. Fine. Everybody has the right to vote for whatever candidate. Everybody has the right to vote whoever they want to vote for. But I mean, you don't have to slam somebody else. Yesterday somebody was saying, "Oh, it's just politics. It's just politics." I mean, Sowore is young, and it should not. I don't think he should play politics the same way these other people have been playing politics. I really do not think so. I don't think it's a very nice thing to do. I'm just going to show you guys some comments people made after Sowore posted this about Peter Obi, right? I'm just going to display some comments for you guys for you to see. Somebody said Sowore is right. So this person apparently thinks that Peter Obi shouldn't have gone to Egypt. What is he going to Egypt to do? So somebody actually agreed with Sowore. He said Sowore is 100% right. Somebody else said Peter Obi they feel like saying don't win elections already. I mean that means for him to be traveling to Egypt to understudy, that means he feels he has won the elections already, right? I don't know, but that's what this person thinks. Another person says, seriously, so all these years, no understudy. This is also in support of Sowore. Someone is also supporting Sowore, this is the person saying, why has Peter Obi not gone to study all along? Why has he not gone to study all this? Why is it now, just 9 months to election, you're going to understudy? Another person said he will lose so much fan base for stepping into waiting no consign him. Promote yourself. Well, not by dragging Mr. Obi. Okay, I actually said this earlier. I think Sure should just promote himself. I think he should just sell himself more to Nigerians. Because at this point, I don't want to use the word desperate, but Nigerians are thirsty. Nigerians, we are hungry, like we are hungry for things to change. We want things to change badly, right? So I think this is a point that you have to sell yourself more to Nigerians. Tell us what you're bringing to the table, what you have to offer, instead of saying things about other people. Like I said, I wouldn't know if this is what politics looks like. Maybe it's just a strategy or something. But honestly, I don't know. But somebody just said it might be losing a lot of fan base by stepping into waiting no consigner. What do you guys think about that too? Another person said, Sowore, your jealousy for this man is alarming. You wish to be in his shoes. You have tried severally to gain the hearts of the youth, but no way. All of a sudden, Peter Obi from nowhere displaced you. I understand your pains. Hmm. You guys, do you think Sure is saying this out of jealousy? I mean, we asked those questions in our live stream yesterday. If you want to see more, if you want to hear more about our video yesterday, just go back and click to our last live broadcast yesterday and you watch everything. But do you really think this is coming from a place of jealousy? Because some people actually think, oh, it is because he's jealous, or one moment it was for the youth and now the youth has displaced him and things like that. So do you think this is coming out of jealousy? I mean, Nigerians had a lot to say on social media, and I'm just showing you a few of the comments people made on social media. And somebody said, classic Oga, rest and leave Peter Obi for us like that. Have you been to Egypt before? Even if it's Egypt and he went to pick, I'll still vote for him. Nigerians are savages, honestly. This one say, even if na Egypt and he went to pick, I'll still vote for him. Abba. Nigerians are not happy. Oh. No joy. No joy right now. Everybody just wants change badly, and I'm not talking about that kind of change. I'm talking about change for good, not just any type of change that will take us from fry pan to fire. Everybody is tired. Nigerians are hungry. Nigerians are thirsty. Nigerian wants things to be better. Everybody just really wants things to be better. So I really do not think Sowore has to blast somebody else to make a point. I really think he should use this energy, use this time to show Nigerians what he has to offer, what he can do, and things like that. Yes, we all know that somebody in the comment section said he's a freedom fighter. He has done this for Nigerians. He has gone to jail and all that. Yes, we totally understand that that is fine, but you don't have to blast somebody else to be able to make a point. I still remain key on that, because I mean the sky is big enough for everybody. You don't have to pull somebody down because you want to go up. I really feel you should use this time to, tell us why he's the right candidate of Nigeria. Do you guys think otherwise? Do you think Showa is going the right path? I would like to hear your thoughts in the comment section, because that is just my opinion. I mean, everybody has an opinion. So I'm just going to show you guys more comments. Somebody else said it doesn't mean it does not know what to do. There's nothing wrong in finding out what works in other country. At least it's better than blindly trying us with debt to the Chinese. would step in the right direction. A child that wants to write an exam gets prepared for it. Is getting prepared for the big job. Hmm. A lot of people has so much to say. I'm just going to, okay, I read that already by Mrs. Juliet. I'm just going to read another one. Say at least he's making attempts to gain more knowledge to help our country grow. What are the others doing? That's a very valid question. What are the others doing? Because I mean, like she said, he's trying. Well, what are the others doing? Somebody said it is better than jumping from prison to prison. Come on, guys, this is not fair. This is not fair. Sowore is a freedom fighter. This is not fair, guys. But I mean, this is just how Nigerians are reacting to Showore's post about Peter Obi going to understudy in Egypt. Somebody else from Twitter said it is better than going swimming as a presidential candidate. I wonder what that means, though. It is better to go swimming as a presidential candidate. Honestly, you guys help me out. I really do not understand what that means. Why they said it's better to go swimming as a presidential candidate. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Because I do not understand what that means. I can see June Obaseki. June Obaseki, thank you for joining us. For the evangelist man of God, thank you for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining us. Somebody else said it would have been very good if Sowore joined Peter Obi to fight elections together. I think we've said this. I think we've said this thing a lot. If they can join forces together, to bring Nigeria up, because I think they have this almost the same ideology concerning the country. But do you think it's possible? Do you think it's something that can be done? Do you think it's possible? Because people who claim they know these people really feel that it's not going to be possible. Now that they have this Muslim tickets, Muslim Christian tickets, Christian tickets, and all of that. Do you even really think it's possible? Do you think they can actually work together? Because I think that's the dream of every Nigerian. That is the dream of every Nigerian, to see these two people come together and work as one for the betterment of the country. But do you think it's possible? Because right now it's showing that there's no possibility. It's really just showing that it's going to be almost impossible for these things to happen. Because I really feel it's going to be a great idea if two of them can come together. But do you really think it's possible? Do you think, because right now I'm just saying that the chances are very, very slim. Initially we were saying it, oh, if these two can come together, but with what Sowore is doing right now, is that giving Peter Obi a welcoming hand? I don't think it's giving him a welcoming hand. If at all they were thinking of the possibility before, I think those chances are already ruined. I don't think it's something that can be possible right now. But nobody knows tomorrow. Nobody can actually tell what can happen tomorrow. John Obaseki said, but Sowore said it on his video that Labour Party should come to his party. How is that possible? How is that possible? How can Labour Party come to his party when he's lambasting Peter Obi? Is that even possible? Do you think that that is possible? I honestly, because I don't know. After this comment on Twitter, I don't think I don't think it's possible. We don't have to bring anybody down in order to bring ourselves up. I don't think so. Let me just take some time out to acknowledge more people. I can see more people in the comment section. I can see Winifred, thank you so much for joining us. Osas Jimo, thank you so much for joining us today. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for your support and love. So, as I was saying, I don't think it's going to be possible. Okay, you said you saw the video yesterday. Maybe, but I don't think it will be possible, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think it's possible? Some people claim Sowore is just talking out of jealousy and things like that. But what do you guys think? What do you really think? Because I don't know. I don't know if it's out of jealousy. I don't know if it's a strategy. I don't know if this is how they play politics. I don't know. But I really want to know, what you people think, because I mean a lot of people have a lot to say. But in all, the most baffling part about the whole thing is Peter Obi has never said nothing. You know, with everything that everybody has been saying, with everything everybody has been saying, Peter Obi has never said anything. He has not even said anything. He has not even said anything. He has not said, he has not replied. He has not even said anything, guys. Is that one not? Um, he has not even said anything. This is what Sowore said. And Peter Obi has never come forward to even defend himself. People are the ones defending him. He has not even come to say, oh, not like this it be, oh, not like that it be, oh, no be like this it be, oh, no be like that it be, oh. But he has not even said anything. He has not even replied. He has not said anything. Instead, Peter Obi is going from place to place to show Nigerians this is the reason why you have to choose me as your Nigerian president. This is the reason why you have to vote for me. This is the reason why you have to do this. This is the reason why you have to do that. And that and that and that. I really think other politicians should go follow this train. Tell us why we have to vote for you. Convince us. Tell us why we have to vote for you, instead of trying to bring each other down. Instead of trying to bring each other down, I mean, how how somebody said, sister, we need a number to call in. Okay, I just posted the link for anybody that wants to join this conversation. The link is just there on the comment section. If you would like to make contributions, if you would like me to add you to the live, please just click on the link and I'll accept you right here. And we're just going to, discuss about everything that I've been talking about so far. I can see Vicente Demudia. Vicente Demudia, thank you so much for joining us. Chukuma Anthony, thank you so much for joining us. Jeff a Classico, thank you so much for joining us. Uche, thank you so much for joining us. The finest of them all, Irene Finest, thank you so much for joining us today. Onyedika Daniel, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm just going to read some comments here. Irene Finest said, when you are focused, you don't give ear to irrelevant things. Sure wants to trend with Peter Obi's name. That is a strong one. Um, um, Someone else said, Peter Obi is the best. If you did not vote for him, all Nigerians, we need a better Nigeria. I beg, that word is too harsh because that one is very, very harsh. Jeff Classical, thank you. Madam, there's no Labour Party in Ekiti. Just ask for a friend because there's governorship elections on Saturday. Okay, that is fine. Okay, Mr. Daniel, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, I think Mr. Daniel is not ready for us because we have Mr. Daniel. We have somebody else here, Kelvin. Kelvin, good morning and thank you for joining us today. How are you doing this morning? Okay, I think Mr. Kelvin is not ready for us. Chukuma Anthony said, you're doing a great job, my sister, watching from Indonesia. Thank you so much. Don't just watch this alone because, I mean, this broadcast is not just for you alone. This broadcast is for me, it's for you, and it's for every other person. Please share. Please bring more people onto this platform so they can see what we're doing here. So like I was saying about the comment Sowore made about Peter Obi, I want to know what you guys think because like Irene Finest said, he said, when you are focused, you don't pay attention to irrelevant things. I also believe that is true. When you're focused, you don't pay attention to irrelevant things because I think they should focus more on telling us why we should vote them as the next president. Focus more as to why you are the best man for the job instead of trying to bring somebody else down. I don't think that is the right approach. I don't think that should be the right way to approach this issue. Honestly, I don't think that is the right way to approach this issue. Kiki said, I do respect Sowore, but I expect him to be working with Obi and like-minded order. I still believe that Nigerian constitution needs restructuring and going back to regional growth, best for Nigeria. Okay, but like I asked before, Do you think it's possible? Do you think Sowore will want to work with Peter Obi? With everything going on social media, he said something about Labour Party yesterday about being an orphanage home for homeless politicians, and today he's saying something else about his trip to. He's saying something about his trip to Egypt, saying that he's not prepared. So, do you think he would want to work with somebody he feels is not prepared? Do you really think so? Do you really think so? Because I don't know. I honestly do not know if it's possible, if they can actually work together, because honestly, I really do not know. So I'm just going to go straight to the people I have backstage. I have so many people joining right now. So I'm just going to go straight to the people I have backstage here. I have Dr. David. Dr. David, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Dr. David. Okay, I guess Dr. David is not ready for us yet.
Good
I'm going.
morning. Good morning.
Okay, Dr. David. Good morning. How are you doing today? Thank you for joining us.
I'm fine. Thank you very much. All right.
Okay, so do you have anything to comment based on what we're discussing this morning? Oh, Dr. David is not ready for us. I'm just going to dive straight to Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, good morning and thank you for joining us today. Please introduce yourself and where you're joining us from.
Yeah, good afternoon. It's evening here already. I'm calling from New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I am Collins and I'm also from Southeast Nigeria. So
Okay.
for me, concerning the what your topic this morning, looking at the whole thing, I don't think that people will need anybody or anybody to succeed, because if you look at it, people talk about structure. I
Do
don't
you
think
think
what
he can do it on his own? If you don't think he needs anybody to succeed, do you think it's something he can do on its own?
Yeah, listen to me. People, when you look at televisions, people talk about structure. What is this structure? Structure is people, you understand? People are the structure, you understand? So, and since now, because P2B is what every politician has needed in Nigeria. So, and the people are the structure. So, once you have the people, you don't need anybody, maybe anybody to boost you. For me, if he's looking for a running mate, because you have to balance it both, because Nigeria is all about religion. You have to
Mm-hmm.
balance it. So, if you are going from the north to look for a candidate who is going to be for your VP, I think him and Kwankwaso making a mind, both of them can be able to win any election. So getting somebody like Kwankwaso in North because he's a Muslim, because you need to balance the whole thing. So for me, if he can get somebody like Kwankwaso and merge with Kwankwaso, I think both of them are going to be a credible candidate, which what Nigeria need. Because if you look
And
at
who
it,
will be the running mate to who? Who will be the running mate to who? To
I think now,
Kwankwaso or
I think now, because if you look at it now, P2B is on top. You understand? So you have to follow what is going on, the trending now. So if I were
mm,
Kwankwaso, forget about the pride, forget about the maybe the whatever. So you have
mm,
to accept it, because now for you to move that party forward, you need P2B. Because if you put Kwankwaso now as the president, people will draw back. Since we have
mm,
somebody who is moving the trend, so we have to use P2B, because if P2B and Kwankwaso, because if you look at the north, Kwankwaso can pull a lot of crowd from north,
we-
because
yeah.
because if you are coming to Nigeria election, it's like that most of people that's going to vote this election, most of them are not
Mm,
educated. You understand? So you needed somebody who is going to educate them in their own language, in their own way, in their
okay.
own culture. They understand very well. So
Mm,
one person can do that in the north. You understand? Then when you come to the
yeah.
south, I think with people. P2B can also do that. So if you want to balance it, I don't think, because if you look at what she already said, I think the guy have to accept it, because now he wants to be P2B, but he's not P2B now, because he wants to be the one trending. So since he's not the one trending, he will find every means to try to maybe to sabotage the name or do anything that will please him or his followers.
So
But
are
the
you
most
saying that all he's doing is just a method to distract Nigerians from the
Yeah,
main goal?
that is what he's doing. Because if you look at it now, and one thing you have to understand now, one thing about people, you can't even deceive people these days. Now you can't deceive people. They see something, they read something. If you watch what happened in Edo, remember last time they did a Edo election, people thought maybe because of Tunumbu have this, Tunumbu do this, and Oshomole do this. But at the end of the day,
Mm,
people in Edo told them that you can only command in Lagos. You can't tell us what is
mm,
happening. And at the end of the day, the choice people made end up winning the election. So for me,
mm,
I don't care what. For me, you should really have to accept it. If I were him, I have to alliance, even join party, join force with P2B, because if you
mm,
really wish good for Nigeria, if like he preached, if he wish good for Nigeria people, I think he should alliance himself with P2B. Forget
okay.
about your own interest, because you want the interest of
Mm,
Nigeria. If he want the interest of Nigeria, he should support Peter Obi for my own understanding, my own contribution. You understand?
Okay.
So that is what I have to say for now.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Collins. Thank you for that. I'm going to move straight to Mr. NT. Mr. NT, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Straight to the point.
Yes, please do so.
Yeah, you see, there is this sickness called diabetes. This diabetes is a very serious sickness and very complicated one.
Okay.
And sometimes the solution might be to cut off the leg in order to save the person. Now, Nigeria as a country and its citizens are suffering from diabetes. The type of diabetes they are suffering from is tribalism. The country is so tribal that you might be the best person to occupy a position, but because if you are not from this tribe or you are not from that tribe, you will never see it.
Okay, Mr. NC. Okay, Mr. NC. I wouldn't want us to deviate so much because I mean we have a lot of people joining us right now, and I think the reason why people are joining us is because of the topic we're talking about today. So what I want to hear from you is what do you think about what Sowore said about Peter Obi? Do you think this is a means of distraction, or do you think it's just coming out of pure jealousy?
No, it's common sense. That is pure jealousy. Yeah, Sowore has been, having his movement, but he should understand that Martin Luther King had a movement. Today, where is Martin Luther King? He's dead. Probably the people who weren't alive then or who never supported the movement are the ones enjoying the benefit. So if you started something or you were having that kind of a movement before and then for some reason Peter Obi came up this time and then has more followers. Come on. The only thing, if sincerely Sowore is fighting for the benefit of the country, all I will expect him to do was to be happy. Oh, there's a new person who is fighting for the same cause.
Okay.
Let's join hands together and move the country forward. It's
so you're
simple.
saying that because Sowore is not the point man, because it's not all about him right now, that is why he's been
it's very simple. Yeah, it's very simple. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Enti, for that. I'm going to get back to you. Let's move straight to Mr. Charles. Mr. Charles, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Please introduce yourself and where you're joining us from.
Okay, thank you, my sister. I am joining from Australia.
Okay, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, my sister. You see, in as much as we love Sowore and what he is pursuing, but one thing he must understand that most of the time, it's not all about who started a race, but those who at the long run that join you may be the one that we carry on with the race. He started this journey, but he must understand that this time, Peter Obi is the man that people have decided to follow. And Peter Obi have been tested. This guy have never, at least, managed any public office in his life. So Peter Obi have managed both public office and private office.
So, Mr. Charles, are you saying it's activism? Is that because we all know Sowore to be an activist? He has fought for me and you. He has come out to say this and that, and he has come to put a stop to, the injustice, the corruption, and all of that is going. So, are you saying that his activism is not enough? It's not something to hold any ground?
I didn't mean that.
Okay.
He can, but as it is now, Peter Obi has been tested and anybody can trust him. Look, my sister, it's not easy to be an executive governor, knowing very well that everything the money is there, the power is there, everything is there, but you still manage to live a kind of life that ordinary people are living. It's not easy. You can see our governors, even ministers, commissioners. You can see how they live their life. But you see Peter Obi all through his life when he was a governor. He managed to live like an ordinary person. I was listening to one governor of Taraba State, I think. He said he met Willow Obiano, and asked him, how do you manage to build Anambra State Airport? He said, look, that I didn't manage anything. It was my predecessor. That's the money he left. It's not any governor that will do that. I think what is best for Sowore, I don't know, because I know everybody will feel like, why will I first call him? I should wait. He call me. If he can humble himself, or if those that knows Peter can get to him and tell him to connect to this guy, let them work together, than Sowore attacking him in one way or the other. I think that would be the best. And there was something I listened to, this Deji, whatever his name. Yeah, I agree with what that guy said concerning Peter, because now I heard that there was the election at Ekiti State, I think, and there is an Labour governorship candidate there. I think Peter Obi should be at home supporting these guys. It is now that he's going to Egypt. I think that's not the best time. Let him win the election first. He has all the time to go to Egypt and seek for help, look for how he will manage it. I think I agree with that guy.
You agree with Sowore, right? Saying this is not. You agree with Sowore saying that Peter Obi is unprepared.
No, what I agree, Deji, somebody, there's a guy, Deji, somebody, an activist also. He said that this is not the time Peter Obi should be going up and down. That he can do this later, than going to Egypt now. There is an election going on in Ekiti State. He's supposed to be there supporting like Tinubu. I saw Tinubu supporting the APC governor. He's supposed to be there supporting the guy with his influence. He can get that Ekiti State, and that will be number one. That will be +1 for him. That's all I said. But for Sowore to be accusing him that he's unprepared, this, that, I don't agree with Sowore, because people, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Charles. Thank you for that. I'm going to come back to you shortly before we round up the show. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Destiny. Mr. Destiny, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining us from. How are you doing today, sir?
Doing great, and good morning, Mrs. Kachi. How are you doing? I hope you are fine.
Miss Kachi, not Mrs. Kachi, please. Thank you.
Oh, so sorry, Miss Kachi.
Yeah, please go ahead and make your contributions.
For me, I don't really know why everything Sowore said always bring a lot of argument. In American politician, anywhere, you have to tackle your opponent in anyhow. Even 2019, this is how he make his own politics, which is right.
So you're saying that this
there's
is
nothing
just
wrong with it.
politics and there's no hard feelings?
There is nothing. There is politics. You have to, anywhere you see your opponent is doing something that yes, this is not supposed to be. You say it's out. That is how it's supposed to be. Okay. Thank God now other person just said it, that even Deji Adeyanju just said it, that this is not the right time for him to even leave the country.
The country. Okay.
Yeah. So why is it that if it come out from Sowore, Peter Obi fans will take it as if what he said is wrong? When America presidency last 2 years, you will see how Joe Biden and Donald Trump was tackling themselves from left, right, and center.
Okay, let's not forget that everybody has the right to speech, to whatever opinion that they have concerning anything. So if Peter Obi fans are coming up also for Sowore, I think it's freedom of speech. Everybody has a right to
sure, I understand. Like
exactly.
Yeah, I understand. Like the last guy said right now. That's what I said yesterday. Everybody will just come out and say, let's Sowore go and support Peter Obi. They cannot even ask Peter Obi, call this guy or go and meet this guy so that you work together. For what? Peter Sowore has been helping almost everybody in Nigeria. I've never seen anywhere that Peter Obi come out and said he tried to release this person. I've seen many Igbo guys that Sowore fought for in Abuja there for their release. Those are the most of the reason why I'm still supporting that guy till tomorrow. I've never seen anywhere that Peter Obi fought for anybody for a release or for anything.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Destiny. Thank you for that. I mean, people are watching and everybody is hearing what all of us are saying. So thank you so much for clarifying that. We have Brad Nice. Brad Nice, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. And you? How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Please go ahead and make your
Yeah.
contributions.
Yeah. Well, please can you refresh the memory so I can? What is the topic
Okay.
anyway?
We talked about three different things, but I'm just going to talk about what we're contributing on right now, which is what is it called now? Sowore said about Peter Obi. I'm just going to put the picture up on the screen again, just in case anybody missed it. So let me just put it up on the screen again and just elaborate more. So this is what Sowore said on Twitter. I heard Peter Obi traveled to Egypt to learn how to fix education through power problems. This is exactly the problem with unprepared candidates. It is 9 months to election, and a two-term governor and former VP candidate wants to go and learn something from Egypt in 3 days. So basically, Sowore is just saying Peter Obi is unprepared, and I posted a lot of comments from what every other person has to say concerning what Sowore said to Peter Obi. So my question is, do you think this is just politics, or you think it's a distraction, or you think it's just coming out of a place of jealousy?
Yeah. Thank you so very much for this opportunity.
Yeah.
I've seen his previous critics towards Peter Obi, like the one before when he said that people were telling him to merge with Peter Obi. I've seen that critics, which I was not satisfied with what Sowore did. I was a bit disappointed because I'm his big fan. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed about what he said about Peter Obi. And this post that I just saw now, I will say that there are some truth in it, and at the same time, there's no shame of learning from other country as well. I will give 50% to Sowore for his reasoning, and I will still give a reason for Peter Obi as well. There is nothing wrong by learning from other country. That one is not a problem. And what Sowore still said.
You think this is the right time for him to go?
It's not the right time. It's not the right time. It's a very wrong move, if I will say that.
That means there's an altar of truth as to what Sowore is saying then.
What Sowore said, yeah. That's the reason why I told you that there's a matter of truth for what Sowore said, and I will still give a reason. It's like 50-50 anyway. You understand? But that does not mean that people want to support them should not support them. Those two candidates, they are still best for now. Sowore and Peter Obi. You understand? But Sowore should reduce his critics and focus on his campaign. You understand? So that is what I would just say. It's not out of jealousy. It's not out of jealousy, as people might say. It's not out of jealousy. It's a politics. You are allowed to criticize. It's part of politics. You understand? So Sowore have done is a bit criticism. It's left for Peter Obi to do the same thing to Sowore as well. It's part of the game. You understand? That is my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to.
Totally.
I understand.
I mean, it's just politics, basically, because you think it's not coming from a place of jealousy, or this is just politics.
No,
this is how.
No, it's just politics. It's straight politics. So it's part of the game. Yeah. Even in Western world, politicians, they do the same thing. They criticize themselves to win people to their side. So it's everywhere. It happens everywhere. Yeah. So people should not. I will urge Nigerians to focus. They should not be distracted by all those political gains or distraction. So They should just focus and know what they want. The two best is they are there, Sowore or Peter Obi. They should choose one of them. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, brother. Nice. I'm going to go back to you shortly. And we have Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson, good morning, afternoon, and evening. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.
Please introduce yourself where you're
Can you
joining
hear
us.
me?
I can hear you. Please
Can
go
you hear
ahead.
me? All right.
Can you please reduce? Can you please reduce your whatever it is you're using to listen to us, because I can hear myself.
No, I don't. It's only this that I have
Okay, yeah,
on.
then that's fine now. It's better now.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. So let me come from the angle of 2019
Okay.
when the election came to be. Before that election, Sowore did mention a lot of solutions, a lot of solutions that can make electricity that they can generate in Nigeria. And he doesn't know why someone would now go to Egypt. It's just we have about maybe seven months to the election or whatsoever, and then the person is
Okay.
now traveling to go to Egypt, and yet we call ourselves giant of Africa. For
Okay.
what
So
reason?
do you think that don't you think that talking, providing a solution verbally is different from putting it into action?
No, no, no. You see, family is just he has mentioned wind, which are very simple. They are very simple. All you need to do is to call the people that are involved in providing wind solution, solution. But just call them. You don't need to travel. That
Okay.
is why internet is so easy. Everything now is like a village. So you don't need to travel to anywhere to go and find out. We have deserts in the north where most of these things can be set up, and there is a lot of sunshine. So there is no need for anybody to say they want to go and do that. Egypt themselves, before they started, they were in revolution. They revolutionized themselves. Before this man proved
So
himself.
many.
To,
So you're saying Sowore is actually saying the right thing then.
Sowore has already profiled solution
Solution.
2019. Go and check it. It has already profiled solution to all these problems. People are just saying it's
Okay.
jealous, it's jealous. It's not jealous. It's saying that stay here, talk to your people, let them hear you. If people are saying, and you see, one thing I want to say again before I go is that Nigerians, I live in the UK. Nigerians they have been so directed to a place where they say, oh, if they don't travel, this cannot happen. If they don't travel, this cannot happen. It's not possible. How many do you see US traveling to, or UK traveling to a particular place to go and find solution to electricity? No. They generate we generate electricity up, and we have several. It's not even one independent something that is taking electricity every time. We have a lot of about 50 electricity providers that they give you whatever you want to do. You go and recharge, and that is just it. And the money will be automatically be in your meter. It's very simple. You don't have to travel to go and do anything. All you need to do is to call the people in the power sector who can do something for you. Uh, Bring them in, let them negotiate with you, and then they start putting things up. And that is why Sowore
Okay.
said, if they put those things, if they put the solar panel, it will make people to
Oh my God.
have jobs. It will create jobs for people. That is what he's saying.
Okay. All
People,
right.
all the youths that
Thank
don't have
you.
job right now will have it. Simple.
Okay.
So people are
Thank you
saying
so
it's jealous, it's jealous. It's not jealousy. It's just trying to tell Nigerians what it is. So thank you so much for giving me
Okay.
this particular opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gibson. That's indeed very, very educative. That's another angle, guys. I hope you guys are listening. I think that's another angle. That makes pretty sense. That's another angle. Thank you so much, Mr. Gibson, for that. So I'm just going to dive straight to Mr. Prince Adewale, good morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you for joining us today. Please introduce yourself and where you're joining us from. Mr. Prince, Mr. Prince, unmute your mic, please.
Oh, thank you. Good morning, my sister Keisha, and the panelists. Good morning to everyone. Yeah, I'm late for the program, but I think I heard some of few things that you guys are just saying. So for my own is that for Mr. Obi going to Egypt, it's a welcome development because Nigeria have been in a mess for since how many years? Since 1960. So we have a problem of electricity. So if it have been moved to Egypt to find solution, or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So it's a movement. Movement continue. So I believe in that, my brother Peter Obi. As from the east, is one Eastern person in business. He means business. When he want to do things, he do things. So he goes straight forward and negotiate and look how the solution and everything go to, how to develop the country, to develop the state. So he make a great movement. So by Sowore saying that why is it now? He's supposed to stay. Sowore don't need to even he don't even to interfere. Because what he's trying to do, he's just trying to pull the weight of Peter Obi down. That is what he's trying to do. Because Sowore was in that country, he know what is happened. He said he's fighting for the people. He wants Nigeria to be great, and the same thing too. Peter Obi is doing. He wants Nigeria to be great, and he's fighting for the people. So he wants Nigeria to be one. So they are fighting for the same direction, or they are moving to the same direction. So if you know that what Peter Obi is doing is a great thing, so what you need to do, you need to step down and try to encourage Mr. Obi, because why? Mr. Obi is popular all over the world, even in all over the world. When I mean all over the world, I'm telling you, for sure, even in Spain, in everywhere, he's popular. So everybody knows him. But Sowore is totally surprised that someone that just came to Labour Party, that this man is well known everywhere. So what is supposed to do? You need to calm down. No, because when you start criticizing Mr. Obi, all the APC and PDP, so they will have opportunity. So one of them will spring up, so that one of them will win the election. Why should I know that even when Peter Obi is not in this race, there's no way Sowore can win any election in his state, even in his state. I'm telling you. So Sowore himself is not ready. This is not matter of this. I'm from Yoruba. I'm telling you the truth. The real truth is that Sowore himself is not ready. He looks that he's working for the cabal. You understand? Because if he's not working for the cabal, he cannot be going after Peter Obi. So what he is supposed to let it go for Atiku Tinubu. He's not Peter Obi. You understand? So even when you see anything that is wrong about Peter Obi, it can even cause some of them that this is the way you people are supposed to go. Let's work together in a way, even though other parties did not know. We want Nigeria to be great, but the way he's doing it, he's doing that Mr. Obi cannot go anywhere. Let Atiku or this thing, let them win the election. That is what he's doing. Because a real man, you need to fight for his country. And when he sees something like what Mr. Peter Obi is doing, he needs to be happy, not by criticize. You understand me? He didn't borrow any money from Sowore. Sowore, he should face his own party. He cannot force Mr. Obi to be under him. He is the one supposed to come to connect with Mr. Obi that this is the way we're supposed to do it in Nigeria over there. This is how they do. But he's finding one way or another to bring Mr. Obi down. I'm telling you the real truth. What is happening there in Nigeria and what this guy is capable of doing. Please, my brother and sister, not that I hate Sowore. I like this guy. When he started about 8 years ago, I know that there's no way this guy can rule Nigeria. Even though when they divide the country, there's no way Sowore can rule the South. There's no way. It's impossible. I'm telling you, not that I'm predicting what is going to happen. But if Mr. Obi can win this election, then Sowore, to be assured, about 16 years coming, Sowore can be a president. But if Mr. Obi if Mr. Obi did not win this election, then Sowore is better to back up and face his Sahara report. Thank you, my sister.
All right, Prince Adewale, thank you so much. I have a video to show you guys pertaining exactly what has been going on. I'm just going to show you guys the video. That's from Nigerian responses all over. Please bear with me because I'm trying
Sowore,
to.
before you talk to Peter Obi, I would like to know where you don't first day for that Nigeria as a politician before, because I never hear say you don't first be Senate, you don't first be House of Speaker, you don't first be a representative of anything. I never hear say you don't first get one particular big post for Nigeria before as a politician. I never hear am before. I just hear say you just come out from one corner. You say you be activist. You say you want to save Nigerians from the hand of all this political cabal, all these old men. We all supported you and we all encourage your efforts. You understand me? But if really you have the good heart, you have Nigerians youth at heart, if you really, your interest is real, if you are not there for what you are going to gain, if you are not there for what you are going to make, if you are not there because you want to be in power, then this thing you said about Peter Obi, you for not talking. This is the time where it be say the whole Nigeria they happy and say God don't bring better person come out for us. Where it be say go fit come remove all those political cabal where you Sowore, the activists they fight for many years when you not fit remove them. God don't bring Peter Obi come for us now. Make come help us remove her. Now you can't come out, come the insult her. Instead of you to join her. If really you get the interest of Nigerian youth at heart, Sowore, you are supposed to join Peter Obi. You are supposed to carry your party out and join Peter Obi. A lot of people will be like you for Nigeria. They don't they decamp. They don't they carry their party, go join Peter Obi so that they will fit get enough vote to take remove all these political cabals, all these old men, all these people who don't they real law since 1960. Just imagine. Say Atiku was a former vice president for 8 years. It's now his turn to be president. Meaning, when you are vice, you become president. When you are president, you become vice. When you are vice, you become president. Not that you are old, you are still going to be there. So we don't need such again. But that was what you promised, Sowore. But now, you are now fighting Peter Obi just because of jealousy, just because you are surprised of the kind of crowd that turned out, just because you don't expect, say, people will ever like Peter Obi for Labour Party. Let me tell you something, Sowore. We are not voting for Labour. We are voting for the person of Peter Obi. We are voting for his own person. We are not voting for any party. We are not voting for PDP. We are not voting for APC. We are not voting for Labour. We are voting for the person that is the head of Labour. Do you get the difference now? You say Peter Obi, say the Labour Party, say na orphanage home. Make una hear from Sowore. What you use the man take talk this yesterday morning, abi this morning about Peter Obi. Make una judge this kind of word. If na so activists were really ready to take change Nigeria, if na so person wey be say really get the heart of Nigeria for in mind, you na so supposed to take speak. Make una listen to the way he take talk to Peter Obi today.
Has become an orphanage for politicians that are homeless. It didn't take long before our man ran there when he became homeless. The Labour Party should not have in its company somebody who managed 13 months of strike, worker strike in Anambra State. The reason Obi.
Okay, I think we already showed that particular video yesterday on our live stream. So if you missed it, you have to go back and watch our last live stream, guys. So like the lady clearly said, she feels is out of jealousy. She feels Sowore doesn't actually have the best interest of Nigerians at heart. I'm going to throw this back again to Mr. Two Ninja. Mr. Two Ninja, good morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you for joining us today. Please, what do you have to say concerning this?
I think Sowore has got it right to say what he wants to say.
That's right.
For all you know, he believes that he's doing Nigerians some good. Maybe he sees something that we are not seeing. We
Okay.
shouldn't necessarily just consider him what he's saying flippantly, because everything he said was actually accurate. He didn't like the strike happened. That just because you are passionate about or excited about somebody doesn't mean um, some other person should not highlight some truths. So I think Sowore has got it right, and I think people should be asking serious questions. I've said this before. You shouldn't just be accepting, getting caught up in the hype. And I understand the importance of Obi's candidacy. And God help, he is elected someday. The importance what that will mean to Nigeria itself. However, it doesn't mean one should not criticize him, one should not scrutinize him, because if you don't do that, other people that have their own interests at heart will give him his own agenda. He will not represent you. You have to fill his head with your own needs. The Nigerians should fill their Peter Obi's head with their own needs. And for me, if you're about Peter Obi going to Egypt, you can argue the same thing about him, like, okay, how did he not know about how to fix power supply before now? There are ways you can find this information. Why is he going now to go and find it? But on the other hand, you can also say maybe it's better go. He does it now than never. There are some politicians that have been in office that never bothered to at least go and see how these things are done. I hope he also goes and checks the size of the military of Egypt, because this thing that they do when they go to countries and just learn how we can become more civilians. They don't look at how people secure their countries there. As a matter of fact, instead of going to learn about electricity, maybe you should learn how Egypt secured its country. You see what my problem is with some of these our politicians. How is it that he's going for electricity? He didn't think, okay, they just slaughter people in Owo. Maybe I should go and learn how Egypt did it. After all, Egypt had similar problems. His priority is electricity first. Let's go and do with electricity first. Because if you can build all those things, I've said it before. If you go and this thing, learn how to restore electricity in your country, they will sabotage it. You will not succeed. If you don't have security, it will be sabotage. I studied a course where they talk about how civil engineers will build stuff. We design stuff to destroy it. These people think they can just go there. You have to know that there are some people designed to destroy whatever you are trying to build, because they don't want the country to succeed. Some of them inside the country, some of them outside the country. Because they know when Nigeria is strong, you become rivals to so many people. What do you think? People don't understand the place of Nigeria in Africa, not to mention in the world. If Nigeria becomes strong, we become competition for France. We become competitors against Egypt in Africa. Egypt has a lot of influence in Africa. We don't know our place. We don't use our tongue to count the number of our teeth in our mouth to understand that these type of things, we have to learn them on our own. And if he has to go there to go and learn the most important thing, how did they manage to fund their own their own military? After all, Egypt is half the size of Nigeria. How did they manage to pull that one off? How did they manage to get rid of their terrorism problem that they had? Egypt used to have a massive one for years, where the terrorists were attacking their tourist destinations and all that. They solved it because they figured out that, okay, we need to get our military this way, and we need to get our intelligence service this way. Egypt is a very, very well policed state in such a way that anybody that comes to that country, they know what the person is coming to do. Our NSA doesn't even know. He actually considered that he doesn't know how to protect the border of Nigeria. That is what we need to go and learn, not prioritizing electricity. And I just hope that people should be asking serious questions. And I am happy that Sowore is asking questions, because that's how you push them to go and learn the right things and do the right things. But I'm not going to put it on Peter Obi to be like this is that all knowing. He doesn't know everything, and one should be humble enough to go and learn. I agree with that, but learn the right things. Thank you.
All right. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Tsunanja. I'm going to move straight to Mr. Annie. Mr. Annie, good morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you for joining us today. Please introduce yourself and where you're joining us from.
Copenhagen in Denmark. I just have heard so many people say so many things about Peter Obi and, of course, Showore's criticism. Let me just, I want to read out these facts. And when I read it out, for you to see the reasons what Peter Obi is going to do in Egypt. And also, let me point out that this is not the first time that Peter Obi is going to Egypt. So, but let me read out these facts, and that would maybe douse some of this tension. And then I will come to Showore's fact afterwards. Now, why Egypt? Egypt has recently completed the world's largest water treatment plant. Number 2, the world's largest archaeological museum. Number 3, the world's 4th largest solar park. Number 4, African tallest building. Number 5,
No,
African biggest fish
don't
farm.
run us through the whole list.
Number,
Just settle down.
I'm coming, please.
Please,
Number
Mr.
6,
Annie, go ahead.
Number 6, Africa's longest light rail line. Yes, of course. Egypt is currently building Africa's largest Olympic sports city, largest shopping mall, largest space research city, 2nd largest mosque. Calm down, it's not finished yet. Number 5, Egypt is currently building the largest monorail line, the world's largest beet sugar factory, sugar strategic crops production plant, and the 6th largest high-speed rail line. This is in addition to the power generation and distribution system that Egypt currently doubled. These are the things that P2B is going to understudy in Egypt. And why now? Like I said, this is not the first time he's going to Egypt for these things. P2B is an astute businessman. He's been going to Egypt, Morocco, Algeria, and some other Southeast Asian countries. But why now? Before you can go and get information from these governments, you have to apply to the relevant government authorities. And they give you invitation. They tell you when it is convenient for them to have you, and they give you the right persons to work with when you are coming to their countries. So it is dependent on the time that the country you are visiting gives you opportunity to come visit them and their personnel that will work with you. That is why now is the time they give him the opportunity to come, and he gladly went over on a 3-day visit to do these things. So this is a continuation visit. It's not just that this is the first time. Now, let me come to Sowore issue. First, this is purely based on jealousy. If you know Showore's antecedent, and I'm not against him, I appreciate the things he has done, but how can a normal person compare Peter Obi to Sowore on any basis? Is it in terms of being in the business world, being in the corporate world, governance as a state governor, 2-term state governor, as a chairman of Security and Exchange Commission? Is it in terms of discipline? Is it in terms of economic management of wealth? On what ground and on what basis? Is it in terms of decorum, the way he carries himself, respect and humility? Can you compare Showore's attitude, respect and humility to Peter Obi? On what basis? Now, this guy, Peter Obi, was the deputy, vice presidential candidate of PDP last the 2019 election, and came against Oshibanjo in a debate, and you saw the difference there. Where was Sowore in all this? Can Peter Obi, can Sowore stand side by side with Peter Obi to debate or argue on anything on national politics? You know, being that you're chairman or you have a Sahara reporter, so you just come in and just do investigate journalism and publish 1 or 2 things and tell people to go and just jogging around the Abuja street. That doesn't make you in
Mr.
any
Annie.
way. to be
Danny,
compared to
can you please
Peter Obi.
round up, please? Because we have somebody else backstage to contribute. Can you please just round up
Okay,
with that, please?
yes, let me round up with this, and please forgive my emotions, because I've read these things and I've listened to all these things, and it's just frustrating. So to round up, I will say that P2B has taken the right steps. The youth in Nigeria knows who exactly is after their interests and for the future of our country. Look, we are all scattered everywhere in this world, and we are all doing well. Why is it that it is in our country that we cannot flourish? Why do we struggle in our country and we come out and we flourish outside? This is what P2B wants to bring back, the glory that P2B wants to restore. And I'm not surprised with the momentum that the Obi factor is getting in. Guys, let us stand up and stand with this guy. He has our interest and the interest of our nation at
All
heart.
right.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Annie. I'm going to go straight to one man went. One man went, please. One man went.
All right, yeah. One man went to Mo. Yes, thank you for having me. Obviously, I saw the thing going. I just thought to jump on. Um, yes. I'm just a little bit surprised at the amount of airtime that is being dedicated to Peter Obi, who is essentially just a satellite, a fringe figure in main politics. I am surprised. Maybe not so surprised, because, of course, Peter Obi has been adopted by the Ipobians, and, of course, essentially an Ipobian candidate. And we know how visceral the Ipobians are when they launch at something. We saw that with Nnamdi Kanu when nobody could talk on the internet. So they've now moved that movement to Peter Obi, and we're seeing the same thing repeat. So essentially, an Ipobian candidate. I think we all know that. But going off the back of that, Peter Obi really, if you strip away all the noise making, Peter Obi is no more than a lightweight within the political paradigm that is hurtling towards 2023. They want his.
Why do you say that? And why do you say that, Mr. Woman? Why did you say that?
Yes, I was just
I
heading
mean,
to.
we're here to educate ourselves. People are
Yes.
watching, so please go ahead and.
Yes, they want very much his CV from Anambra State, but I run a platform similar to yours, and we break down all these things. We've broken down his CV in Anambra State, and it doesn't actually, by international auditors, and it doesn't actually amount to much. They tell you that he left 40 billion naira in the coffers for the incoming administration in a state that is replete with infrastructural needs. So that already tells you about bad management. And in terms of the infrastructural per capita, he rates below average in the chart for his period in government. So really, a non-achiever or a minor achiever, I'm not sure if somebody has unmuted, but I can hear feedback. But so a minor achiever, but a decent enough guy. And also there are corruption allegations against Peter Obi. Don't forget, he has a case with the FCC. So all of these are in the mix. But this is just error after error. And they keep vaunting that. This guy has gone to Egypt. His party is battling in Ekiti for survival. He is the lead face of that party. And it's on this publicity junket in Egypt so that they can say he's going to study power generation and all of this sort of thing. I'm not sure exactly what purpose that serves. That's no more than a publicity stunt, of course, because all he needed to do was to send a party to go do that if he felt that was something that was going to mix in his agenda. But then, of course, this is the thing, and I'm a little bit concerned about how much time Peter Obi seems to be getting within the airspace, because this is a seminal election that is coming up in 2023. This is going to define the future for Nigeria permanently, and we really need to look at serious contenders. A lot of people don't really. Peter Obi's base is essentially southeast, so it's essentially a southeastern narrative that seems to dominate the airwaves over the internet space, and it's really that Ipobian push that we've had traditionally from the Nnamdi Kanu movement that's now transmuted
Okay,
into the Peter Obi.
Mr. One Man, please, you're really deviating from what we're actually talking about here. You're really deviating. But so far, thank you so much for your comment so far. Thank you. We're going to be rounding up the show very soon. I'm just going to give everybody 1 minute to like round up on what they have said so far concerning the comments Sowore made concerning Peter Obi going to Egypt. So I'm going to give everybody 1 minute to go around, please. So I'm going to start from Mr. Collins. Mr. Collins, please, your 1 minute starts now.
I understand what everybody is talking about. For me, I do understand. But if you're looking at it, because if you look at the whole, people are just, judging Peter Obi and all the whole thing. Nobody's even focusing on the main devil people, the main evil people, because nobody even talking about Tunumbu, as in how Tunumbu life, everything about it. Nobody's been talking about Atiku. So why are we that wants good thing, good thing for Nigeria, we that also projecting this good Nigeria? Now, if you bring, let's just we have 3 candidates, Peter Obi and Atiku and Tunumbu. Then project these 3 people to you. Which one are you going to choose? I think people will go for Peter Obi. The reason people are cheering for Peter Obi is not about the Southeast itself. People are from other places are the one cheering for Peter Obi. If you look at it very well now, people are APC, we want you a good candidate. PDP want it, but they went back and still brought the same people they have been giving us for a long time. So Nigerians thought, this time around, since the 2 people are now maybe they don't value us anymore, we should take power into our hands. So inside these 3 people, which one is the most important person for us to join? Then join Peter Obi. For me, I don't see anything bad, because in terms of people, we learn every day. So traveling to Europe, Egypt to know something is not a bad thing. Other presidents, all the whole world do travel to learn from other countries. So him travel is not a bad thing. So for me, if you look at it the way, because Sowore is not even talking about Tunumbu, Sowore is not even talking about Atiku, why focusing on Peter Obi? Because he knows that is where the whole people. Because for me, people talk about structure. I keep repeating this thing. The structure is the people. So once people say they want to vote, you can't even discourage them with all over your media or whatever. So people, if you look at the channels, you go to channels, they talk about Atiku. If you go to Arise
Thank you,
News,
my
they
brother.
talk about these 2 people. Nobody even talking about Peter Obi. You understand? So the only thing that Nigeria was good for me, not a simple contribution. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Collins. Please, guys, we're rounding up the show, and I'm giving everybody 1 minute to just round up on what they have said so far. Please utilize your 1 minute, please. Utilize it. Mr. Charles, please go ahead. Your 1 minute starts now.
Thank you, my sister. Like I said before, Peter Obi has been tested and he can be trusted. As far as I'm concerned, Peter Obi is not desperate to be a president. Even if he decided to quit today, Peter Obi is not a poor man. He's a very rich man that many of us know. His kids will never, his children will never suffer if he decided to quit today. If everyone can listen, whether Igbo or Yoruba, anywhere he came from, what we need is competency. Doesn't matter where he came from. And the last person that say he's an IPOBian, I think he's making a very big mistake. Peter Obi has no connection with IPOB. Because he went and see Nnamdi Kanu's father. He went to Nnamdi Kanu's father's burial. Doesn't make him an IPOB. Nnamdi Kanu's father is a high... is a king in Igbo land. Forget about that federal government decided to ridicule that man. He's a high king in Igbo land that governor of Abba State is supposed to honor him. All governors in the eastern states supposed to honor him. But because of what happened to Nnamdi, they decided to make it look as if he's an ordinary man. So Peter has no connection with IPOB.
All right. Thank you so much for that clarification, Mr. Charles. Thank you so much. Let's move straight to Brian Nice. Please, your 1 minute starts now. Kindly utilize it. Brian Nice.
Cuisine, you have to fill a cuisine. Hello?
Okay, I think Brian Nice is not ready for us. I'm going to
move straight to... I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, Brian Nice, please go ahead. Your 1 minute starts now.
Yeah, what I have to say is that
Please go ahead.
People should
Please
not
go ahead.
people
You're
should not
welcome.
bring people should not bring sentiment to it or tribalism. People should vote the best because this is your opportunity now. We should take this opportunity to vote the best person that can take the country to a better place, better future. So that is what we need. We should not bring a sentiment or ethnicity to it or tribalism. That is all I just want to say. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Brown Eyes. That was very brief and straight to the point. So we're just going to move straight to Mr. Tunanja. Mr. Tunanja, please, your 1 minute starts now.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I always say we have to ask them to show us the money. You know, we need to know where our money is going to. Transparency, 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 because it doesn't matter who gets there, whether it's Peter Obi or not. We have to demand transparency. We have to demand security. It doesn't matter who gets there. We need a significant security change in posture, because we want to be able to go out in the middle of the night. That's my standard. We want to be able to go out in the middle of the night and feel safe. That is the number one issue in Nigeria right now. Most people, we haven't even talked about it as much. We need to demand it from our politicians, and we need to demand this in electricity. These three things, if we keep demanding them, and we have to have some kind of list of top priorities that we want done. And I will encourage this channel and all the other channel to start pushing such things, because if you don't have any specific things that you want done, the politicians are not going to listen to what your needs. At least they will pretend as if they are listening to you, but they'll go and do their own thing and get their own bribes and kickbacks and all the rest of it. Because one man, this is correct to say that this election is seminal. It's an important election. It's going to set the path for Nigeria. Whatever president is going to take over from Buhari might be a president that we are going to recognize as a great president, because the people are ready for the move. And we have to do it right, because if we get it wrong, we're just going to pass this problem to the next generation again, and we don't need that. ASU is not teaching, they're not at school right now. There's power supply is not steady, and even petrol to fuel, to buy for your generator is not even available. This is really bad. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tunanja. Thank you for that smooth delivery. And we're going to move straight to Mr. Enti. Mr. Enti, please be direct, straight to the point. Your 1 minute starts now, Mr. Enti.
What I want to say is that energy is the best of any economy. Without energy, you don't have an economy. And another thing is that producing energy is not something you sit and call the company, like the previous caller said. You don't do it like that. There are loads of research that goes into that. And for people to be traveling to Egypt, I don't see any wrong in that. And be assured that even after, if he wins, the election, there will still be loads and loads and loads of traveling, doing research to different countries. You don't just travel to one country, you have to travel to different countries and know how they do it. What do you need? What type of energy do you want to get? Do you want to get solar? Is it the best for you? Is it a hydro? Which one is the best for you? So him traveling, there's nothing wrong. There's lots of, the reason why Nigeria always get it wrong on energy is because they don't do proper research on energy. They just jump in. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, thank you so much, Mr. Enti. Thank you for that. I'm going to move straight to Mr. Annie. Mr. Annie, please, your 1 minute starts now.
I'm not hearing. Okay.
Well, have you frozen? Okay, will the next person go then? I think our host has frozen, so she called for Mr. Anek. So, Mr. Anek, let's hear from you. Mr. Anek? Okay, if we don't have Mr. Anek, can we go on to the chap with the cap and the headphone? So the gentleman with the cap and the headphone, you're more
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you. It's me, Prince Adewale. My message is this, that thank you everybody. Thank you for everything. We are trying to fight for Nigeria, for the children,
You
for
have
our
1 minute.
future.
We're rounding off. You have 1 minute.
Yeah, I know. For our future children and for our children, for your children too. So that is why we are here. So if we are here for ourselves, I don't believe that there's no need for us to speak up. So what we need to do, let's tell our people down home to have their PVC, and so that they will vote for the choice they want. If they want better tomorrow, so they know Peter Obi is the man they need to vote for. So if they don't want better tomorrow, so they will decide they want to live in darkness as they are living now. So my own contribution is that we need to still insist of this PVC in Lagos, when they don't why they don't allow our Igbo brothers to have their PBC. So that one is the one we're supposed to be talking now. And sure, that is what you're supposed to be doing. Why the Igbo people they don't want them to have their PBC. So that is what
Mr. Prince, I'm so sorry to interrupt you, guys. Interrupt you there. I'm so sorry, guys. I had a little bit of problem with my internet, but I'm back now. So, Mr. Prince, please, you were saying, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mister. So what I'm saying now is that what we're supposed to be pushing now, or like Mr. Sowore, we're supposed to be saying something about our PVC. Why they deprive the my Igbo brothers, for them not to have their PVC in Lagos, and why they are trying to limit the people not to have their PVC. That is what Mr. Sowore is supposed to be doing, to be talking, not talking about to try to push someone down so that he will go up. He's supposed to know any person that tries to push his own fellow brother down, he is going down. He's not going up. The person that is drawing down, that person is still in the up over there. But he's trying to draw someone that he will be down. So that is the secret about life. So what we need to do, we are fighting for better Nigeria for tomorrow, for the future of our children, for the future of
Okay.
everybody in that country. Thank you.
Thank you
My
so
sister,
much, Mr.
please,
Prince.
I'm here. My system was muted and I was talking and you cut me off. Please, can I come back? This is Annie. Please.
Mr. Annie, yes, I'm going to come back to you. I didn't mute you. I actually had a difficulty with my internet right now, but I'm back. I was off for a while. I just go back, so I did not mute you. I'm going to go back to you very soon. Please just exercise a little patience, because we have people that have not even talked at all. We have Mr. Pilot Y. Good morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you for joining us today. Please, what will be your 1 minute contribution, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. Please
Yeah,
go
good
ahead.
morning. I'm speaking from UK.
Okay.
What I'm trying to, add up in the discussion is, I don't know the reason why Sowore is, attacking Peter Obi, and I believe, he should join hand with Peter Obi for us to have a better Nigeria coming next year. Anyway, we have wasted 8 years. We don't need to waste another 8 years again. So. He should be attacking Tulumbu and the article. They're the one that messed up the whole country, So,
Okay.
and again, one man, I'm coming to you. One man, I don't know the reason why you always hate Igbos. Why? Why do you hate Igbos? I watch your program all the time. Why do you like to talk down on Igbos? Why? Why, one man? Why do you have to attack Igbos all the time? One man, I live in United Kingdom. I live in East London. If you want my address, I can give you my address so that we can talk one-on-one. It's becoming so annoying. You talk down on Igbos all the time in your platform. Why do you hate Igbos? Why? Can you give me the answer?
Can I respond?
Yeah, go on.
All right. I don't hate Igbos. I'm sure you know I don't.
You
I'm sure
do. No, you do.
Come on,
You do.
you do hate Igbos. And
You
I'm
do
and I'm
hate Igbos.
guy is
Seriously,
saying.
it's becoming annoying. You hate Igbo.
This
You
is
are
very, very
you are
consistent.
idiot.
I've watched your
You are
programs and I
idiot
hear
and
you say
class.
this thing
You
every
can
now and then. What
you
has
can give me your
IPOB got to do
address.
with this program? But you are bringing this thing up to run Igbos
Please,
down
people should
and run
stop.
P2B down.
People should
You hate
stop.
Igbos.
People should stop this. This is why Nigeria is not really moving
No, it's
forward.
becoming
Let's
too
forget
much
about
on him. It's
yes, let's
becoming
forget
too much
about
on him.
Pilot,
tribalism.
Seriously.
Forget about tribalism. It will not get
Mr.
us anywhere.
Pilot, Mr.
Jesus
Pilot,
These
Christ.
tribal
Jesus Christ.
Mr. Pilot, Mr. Gibson, Mr. Annie, you guys, please just take it easy, please, please. You guys, please just take it easy. You know, we're all educated people here. We're here to learn. You know, you don't when other people are talking, you're not meant to interrupt them when they are talking. So having everybody talk at once, nobody can hear you guys. Nobody's hearing anything because it just feels like everybody's making noise. Please don't do that. Please,
I'm
Mr. Pilot asked a question to one man. I was expecting one man to just answer Mr. Pilot, then we'll move from there. Mr. Annie, if you have anything to say, once they are done, then you come in because nobody can hear anything because everybody is talking at the same time. Please, we don't encourage that on this platform. Please, please,
I'm
guys,
I'm re-
let's do it.
I'm really sorry, my sister. Anyway, but this has become consistent of one man. Anyway, seriously, I don't
I
have
understand.
Hello,
I
please
understand.
mute
I
yourself.
understand, but please, 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 let's
All
be
right.
guided.
Thank you, Kashi. Let me quickly address this. Mr. Pilot, I was trying to mute you. You continue to unmute yourself. Please, you can only unmute yourself. You just did again. Please, you are muted. All right. Only when you want to speak, you can unmute yourself, sir. Please. Don't unmute yourself when you are not ready to speak. And only when the moderator call you to speak, you unmute yourself. And the reason why we mute people is for the noise on your background, not to distract us from this broadcast. All right. I want to address this. On this platform, Nigeria Watch, we don't entertain anything to do with tribalism at all. In fact,
right.
this platform is not supporting any political parties at all. We give a room for anybody to come here and sell your principle. At the moment, what we are seeing in the political space is that Nigerians, according to my own statistics right now, 70% or more, if I'm not mistaken, of Nigerians want Peter Obi. I cannot change that. I don't have power to change that. You cannot force people against their will. What they want is what they want. So some people think that the platform we are using to support Peter Obi, we are not using it to support Peter Obi. If you have a party you want to promote, come here, join the panelists and talk about your own candidate, or rather your principal. But only one thing I've said on this platform: I can never support the devilish PDP and APC. Every other parties, I don't mind. As long as that name, PDP and APC, they are the one that cause us these pains that we all are facing today. Anybody advocating for them, of course, you have freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of association. We don't have a problem with that. But I know whenever you speak positively about these devilish parties, there are one or two persons that will counter you. I don't have no problem with that. The platform is welcome. Anybody can come in here, talk about anything you want to talk about, but you must be polite in countering, opposing, or disagreeing with anyone on this platform.
And not be biased in giving your judgments.
Yes, please. We welcome all Nigerians here. I'm not part of tribalism. I'm not part of hate. In fact, I don't know anything to do with Igbo, Edo, Yoruba, Hausa. I'm not interested. If you've been following us for a while since we created this platform, we've been on this media now for the past 10 years. I studied film and media, for Christ's sake. I know what I'm talking about. I will not use my platform to practice or embrace tribalism. If anybody, my moderator, my team, Kashi, if anybody on this platform is pouring hate on any kind of tribes in Nigeria, remove the person from the platform. We don't do that here. You cannot hate the Igbos, you can't hate the Edos, you can't hate the Yorubas, you can't hate any tribes on this platform. You can do that in your home, or if you have a platform, you can do that there. We have a reputation to maintain, and we cannot deviate from that. Thank you very much, everyone. Hand over back to you, Kashi.
All right, Mr. Niger, thank you very much for that. You said it all. We don't encourage that here, please. We don't encourage that. And we don't encourage insultive words. Mr. Pilot, you were saying something about stupid and the rest of that. Please, you can make your comments without even using any abusive or hateful words. Please, we don't encourage that here. We're all civilized and educated people on this platform. So I urge everybody to make their comments without having to use any hateful words or anything. Thank you very much. Mr. Pilot, you were talking, please. Please go ahead and make your 1 minute contributions.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I have chosen who to vote. Me and my family we are voting Peter Obi for. So
Okay.
I've encouraged my younger ones back home to go get their PVC. So we need change in Nigeria. So this is about time we youth take back our country. So that's my contribution anyway. One man, I'm not insulting you, but you've been consistent for hating. Anyway, I don't know which word I will use anyway, but anyway, it is what it is. But what I'm trying to tell you is to calm down on your head. That's it. I don't need much to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Pilot. Thank you so much. I'll move straight to Mr. Kelvin. Mr. Kelvin, please. Morning, afternoon, evening. Thank you for joining us today. What will be your contributions?
Before Mr. Kelvin, I think it will be better.
One man should reply.
One man should respond to that.
Yes. Okay, one man, please. If I'm going to give you the opportunity to reply, please, I don't need any biased comments here. I don't need it. Please, no biased comments, nothing. Just go straight to the point and answer what Mr. Pilot asked you. Thank you. So please go ahead, Mr. One Man.
All right, thank you for the opportunity. I'm not sure that I need really to be guided, but I take the direction.
No, you do need to be guided. You do need to be guided because you do need to be guided. So please just be guided and answer the question straight.
No,
Thank you.
I only said that because I don't speak with bias anyway. That's what I really meant. But I wanted to speak on Peter Obi, but now I have to address frontally what the gentleman just said, because he seems to echo what seems to be a sentiment by one or two others. So I have no bias against anybody, of course not. It's the typical thing. You accuse somebody of racism, they say their best friend is a black person. Some of my best friends are Igbo people, so I have no reason to be biased against anybody. But what I do on my platform is, rather than cheerleading, we dissect in facts and details. We dig up facts, we dig up historical antecedents, and we merge them together to form an opinion. So that runs contrary to what seems to be populism, to latch onto somebody and then to hail and will. Let me give you an example. Somebody came to my platform once and told us, without any hint of irony in his words, he told us that Peter Obi left PDP because he did not know that delegates were being bribed. This is somebody that was Atiku's running mate in 2019, where the same money politics played out and he profited from it. But suddenly now so it's all of this sort of narratives that does not go down, pardon me, it's all of this sort of narratives that does not go down well. And of course, I would not let that fly, because that is propagandizing.
One man, please, hold on. I would like to ask you a question.
Go on.
It is obvious, even it can be seen, it is visual to everyone right now that Nigerians want a change. And it's also obvious that people like you and some others are forcing Nigerians against their will. Now, one man, I want to let you know, you using the word you don't want anything to fly, or you don't want whatever that is going on right now with Peter Obi to fly. Can you tell us why? Why are you forcing these two devilish parties, either Tinubu or Atiku, these devilish individuals that if you are not extremely biased, that these two persons, they are the same people. They have been in power for so long. They are part of these devilish parties that have caused you and I pains. But you pretentiously ignore it because you are selling your principle, which is fair. I don't have problem with that. Sell your principle. We don't have any issue with that, but leave others that also selling their own principle here on our platform. Because information reached me so many times that on your own platform, you are just like a dictator. When you speak, no one, absolutely no one can speak against you. If anybody speak against you, you remove them. That is wrong. Please, one man, whenever you come to our show, you are Nigerian. I respect you the same way I will respect any individualism. But one thing you must understand is this. Don't come here to destroy the name of Peter Obi. But if you come here to sell your principle, that's fine. We have one or two people that will counter you. I said it before. But you destroying Peter Obi or Sowore or anybody, I will not take that from you. Please. Thank you.
To be fair, I didn't hear him destroy anybody. I have to stay what I'm hearing here.
Sorry,
people have to be able to speak without people being accused of trying to destroy. All he's saying is that there are things we need to see. I didn't hear anything that was specifically trying to be ethnic and stuff like that. We have to be careful about groupthink here. It's not. We have to really be careful about groupthink, because after this whole thing is over, we still have our people. This is what gets us in trouble.
Mr. Kelvin, Mr. Kelvin.
It's not Mr. Kelvin talking, it's Mr. Tunaija.
Okay, Mr. Tunaija, you were the one talking. Sorry. I'm not even talking about ethnicity here. If you listen, I never accuse one man of being biased or when it comes to ethnicity. No. The reason why I use the word being biased is when it comes to selling his own principle. He have every right to sell his principle. Let others sell their own principle. That's what I'm saying. Others accused him of ethnicity. I've not seen that from him. I would like to focus and see if he's actually portraying that kind of attitude. But the truth is that one man know that I'm saying the truth. He's selling Tinubu, which is fine. But
I am not. Please don't say that. Don't say that on my behalf. I am not, please.
Okay, Mr. One Man, please. Just 1 minute to respond to all these allegations.
But give me that minute though. So let me just debunk immediately. I am not selling a candidate. What I am selling is Nigeria. So understand that. And I am not propagandizing. I am fact-based leveraging. So I am leveraging on facts, not propaganda. And when I go to the Peter Obi space, I want a president for Nigeria that is like Peter Obi, not like Atiku, who is a looter, not like Tinubu, who is a GBT man, like Peter Obi, but not necessarily Peter Obi, because Peter Obi is not really far from these politicians. Peter Obi was Atiku's deputy, so why now is he now a better man 4 years later? Peter Obi stands accused of corruption. You did say that I had time. Peter Obi stands accused of corruption. We've all read the Pandora Papers when it was laundering money via Anambra State into the Panamas. It's all in public space, so there's no pattern.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Now, when it comes to these three candidates, we have more candidates, don't get me wrong. I understand some people talking, oh, you don't talk about Sowore that much, you don't talk about this and all that. I'm only focusing on the three-horse race right now. When it comes to these three candidates, one man, isn't it obvious to you that Nigerians want just one? Most Nigerians want just one, which is Peter Obi. I cannot change that.
No, it's not.
Okay, tell me the statistic. Tell me the statistic of those that want Tinubu, Peter Obi, and Atiku. Let me see if you're going to be fair.
Okay. I'll respond to that. So it depends on where you are gathering your data from. So the whole of the internet space, there's a heavy Peter Obi-like narrative there. But as we know, the internet does not move the political space. We saw that with Yemi Oshibanjo just recently. We saw that with Omoyele Sowore in 2019. And this is what is repeating with Peter Obi now. So it's an online thing. Some people derisively call him an Instagram babe. So essentially, a lot of people just see Peter Obi as just some Instagram babe, some online thing. So if you're getting your data from there, then that is the data. And Peter, and if you are getting your data essentially from a core space of a southeast population, then of course that is your data. But if you are getting your data widely across the Nigerian span, that is not the data. There will be the educated people in Sokoto support Peter Obi. They are 2% of the population. The mass support Atiku. The Yoruba land want their son in government. The people of Adamawa want their son in government.
One man.
And Southeast
One man,
want
please
their son in
tell
government.
us who is your candidate?
And I told you, Nigeria is my candidate. If you want to know who my candidate is not actually in play. He doesn't even have a party, and it's Kingsley Moghalu. In the absence of Kingsley Moghalu, I think I will hold my nose not to hear the smell and pick Atiku. If Tinubu gets it, I would not object. If Peter Obi gets it, that would be perfect. But I'm not going to cheerlead anybody without on thinking,
One
just
man.
making up
One man.
stories and yeah.
Response right now, I'm very, very satisfied with it. That's why, for me, I don't like to judge people, but I like to listen myself. I told you the other time you came to this platform, I've not heard of you before, but I particularly went to look for you. I subscribe with you, right? So with this response, I agree with this. I support it. Then let's move on. Kashi, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Nanjawa, because we've deviated a lot from actually what we're talking about. We've deviated so much. Mr. Woman, thank you for your response the reply to the questions that has been asked. Mr. Annie desperately wanted to speak after you. So, Mr. Annie, please, you have 30 seconds. Please be brief because we have other people that have not said anything. Mr.
Thank
Annie.
you very much. Thank you very much. And please, I would take my minute. I need a minute, please. First is that I would like to appreciate Niger Watch for the mature way he handled this. We are not actually just here to disrupt the way the things are going, and I really appreciate the way you manage the situation. Secondly, I would give just a short response to one man. Of course, he has said what he has said. I like the way he responded and comported himself. But one man I know very well. I've been in one man's platform for a good number of months now. I know what he stands for, and I know the way he responds and he bullies the people in his platform, just like an emperor. The way he talks, I've been there, so there's nothing he says here that would make me have a different opinion. He's exactly what he is, so there's no two ways about it. And the impression you see us expressing and the frustration is because of his attitude. Now that's for one man. Now let me say this on P2B, and that will be my last comment. That's where my 30 seconds starts, please. P2B has never traveled out of Nigeria for hospital, UK for hospital treatment in the past 6 months, like many others have traveled. He's not been to Dubai to flenjo or marry extra wives after he lost an election. No, he's been active looking for solution for Nigerian problems. Secondly, P2B never denied that youth were killed in NSAS protest. He recognized what happened and he stood with Nigerian youths. Thirdly, P2B never brought this terrible government. He didn't take this government round the states of the country, campaigning. This is your savior. This is the general. And now they cannot take responsibility. Well, let me end it this way. It is a milokun for P2B now and a milokun for Nigerian youths. Let us do the right thing. God bless us.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Annie. Thank you for keeping to your time. Thank you so much. I was going to call Mr. Oh, I think I lost Mr. Calvin already. Oh, so sorry I didn't call you up. Please endeavor to join us by 5 p.m. today because we're going to be live again by 5 p.m. today. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Gibson. Mr. Gibson, please, you're up next. Your 1 minute starts now. Please summarize everything that we were talking about so far.
All right. According to the platform and everything that has been said, my own stand or position is that you don't need to travel to do something at this time and age in a 2000 millennia. All you need to is to get the companies info and get them on the board meeting. And they will approach you, they will come. If you become the president, you have the post, you will get everything you need. There's no doubt about that. So as for him going to Egypt, I think there's a man that said he has once gone to Egypt before. So why going there again? Does that mean he hasn't get enough of what he needs? No. But these are all politics. But if you want to resolve the issue, get people on the table. Let them bring the wind solution, which is the panel. It costs everybody know. You can go on the net, you can see it, how much it costs. And the solar panel, you have people that are doing it that can establish that within months. You understand? The Egypt is going to. There was a revolution in that place. There was a lot of killing and different kind of things. They have to go against their president. But the man still, after the man resigned, another one came in and he was able to do what the other one haven't been able to do. So let us just look at this issue. Is it necessary for him to go to Egypt right now when people needed him? There's a lot of things that is happening in Nigeria at this present time. If he wants to do anything like going to anywhere, he could do that. I'm not against him traveling. He can travel. So yeah, at least he has been to London too, to at the number 10. He went there, and that doesn't mean anything.
So you're just saying the timing is wrong, right?
Yeah, the timing is just not right and perfect. It's not. Okay. To me, all right. There are people that are clamoring for you to lead them. Lead them. And I hear that people are saying that there is an election somewhere. He can forge that particular thing to be able to call people to his own party. It's very simple. But going out of the country for leisure or for wanting to understand how to electrify Nigeria, no, Nigeria should be beyond that. And then in my closing something, I want to say that Nigerians should just stop mentioning Sowore. He said this. He said Sowore cannot change what he is. He can't change what he is. He is that man that focus on what is just and right, and we all are pushing him back. I am not against anybody doing that, but Sowore do not stand. Because what you played with that woman talking, it's you see, people talk with biased mind. People shouldn't be biased. He is just pointing people on the right path. Sowore has been somebody that has been going to court for people, getting lawyers, doing all sorts of things for people, standing. So, and it's all there. It's not, so people shouldn't be bringing him down to say he did this, he said that. Look, everybody have their own way of politicking, and right. He is not biased. So that's just it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Gibson. Bro, nice, please, your 1 minute starts now. Please round up. Thank you very much. Bro, nice, are you ready for us, please?
Yes, yes, I'm ready.
Okay, please, your 1 minute starts.
Yeah, I hope this brother, Mr. One Man,
is
please. I would like to let Mr. One Man know that we know that this is election time. Everybody has their own candidate. You understand? So you can speak for your candidate. There's no problem. It's your own opinion and your choice. You know. So you should not impose it on other people. So that is just the truth. You should not oppose it on other people. With the Nigerian youth, we are ready for change. We don't need all this old cargo. You understand? So if you want to stand with those old cargo, it's your choice. You can do that. But don't bring that energy to us. We don't want this kind of people anymore.
God
So
bless you, brother.
that is what I want. I just want to tell Mr. One Man. You just said
All right.
no,
Nice.
you don't have your principal. It's a lie. You have your principal. I've seen you the way you speak. You have your principal. So you should stick to your principal and don't impose your principal on us. Thank you.
Wonderful.
All right. Thank you, brother. Nice. Thank you for that. I'm going to go straight to Mr. Destiny. Mr. Destiny, please, your 1 minute starts now.
Thank you so much, Kachi. Peter Obi going to Egypt. I remember in Arise News when they interviewed Peter Obi, they said then Buhari went to, is he Turkey or what? I don't know. That he's going to invite foreign employment or something like that. Peter Obi said you never need to go to anywhere to go and woo foreign investors. That you can be in Nigeria and invite them to come and do everything with them there in Nigeria. So what he now is going to Egypt. He forgot that interview that he granted with Chinese television. China, Arise, sorry. So let us not always try to deceive ourselves in many ways. If Sowore criticize, people will start criticizing Sowore. Okay, now they want all of us to just be on Peter Obi, no criticizing, no speaking out, nothing. We'll just be Mungu followers or what? Because he's always voicing out, this is not the first time. And these people cannot stop him. The Peter Obi, they are just, everybody's now become the new baby, according to that guy yesterday. Have never speak out one day. I remember a very Igbo billionaire that he arrested some Igbo guys in Abuja. Is this Sowore that went there to this police station? The guy always arrests the one that is not his brother, and he said the people that did the wrong thing was his brother. The rest was not his brother. He only arrests the outsider, leave his brother. Is this Sowore that went to the court, went to the police station with his lawyer to bail those guys? And this same guy he arrested is the Igbo people too. So where is Peter Obi since all this while was going on? I've never seen him. So where is he? Where Sowore speak out now? Because Peter Obi has become the new baby. Everybody want to kill him. Everybody start criticizing. They don't even want him to speak. But when he's doing it before, everybody's now saying, this guy is good. And because he said the right thing, it's not for your person, it's good. But if you say the right thing because it's for your own person, then it's bad. That is how APC and PDP always do it. When he was fighting for Goodluck, then he's a good person. When Goodluck and his cronies start the corruption in his regime, the Sahara reporter started writing, they said he's fighting for APC to come in power. So this hypocrisy is very, very wrong. Many people they are speaking is out of jealousy and hypocrisy. Some are speaking because of PDP and APC. Some are APC, PDP. They said because Sahara reporter reports things that was going wrong in PDP then. That was why this dead man have to come into power. So why are we like that?
Okay. Okay, Mr. Destiny, thank you so much for that. Thank you, guys. I'd like to bring the show to an end. But Mr. Annie, did you say you wanted to quickly say something, please?
Yes, please.
Mr. Annie.
Yes,
okay,
please.
You have just 30 seconds. Please stick to 30 seconds.
Yes, please. Thank you. I just want to add that we keep talking about, I'm a scientist. And I don't understand why your country has defied every solution, and somebody is trying to go around to see what can we do to lift people out of this mess. And people are criticizing it is not time. It is not time. Somebody went for a 3-day visit on invitation. I've explained this thing before, on invitation from Egyptian authorities. And yet we are still talking about that. You know, if you want to do something right, you have to go and understudy what are these other guys doing that is making it work for them that we are not doing? And most times, you know our situation in Nigeria, even if you send people at times, they will go and do their things. P2B is a hands-on man. He wants to go and understand. This is not the first time. He's been to Vietnam, Bangladesh, he's been to Morocco. He came back from Algeria, that was late last year, and now to Egypt. He will still go to a number of other countries. My brother, also let me say this. He's going with his money, not our money, not Nigerian taxpayers' money. He's going with economy class. I hope you saw it yesterday. Economy class, carrying his own goods and properties.
Exactly.
So why are we crying for somebody that is traveling with his own money, not our taxpayers' money?
All right.
You know,
Thank you so much,
thank
Mr.
you.
Annie, for putting that out there. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you to everybody in the comment section. Let me just take time out to who am I speaking like that? Let me just take time out to acknowledge everybody in the comment section. I can see South United. Thank you for joining us today. Ebenwa Ebiokpo, I hope I called your name correctly. Thank you for joining us. Mommy Diaspora, thank you. Esther Mimi, thank you so much. Chukwuemeka Uche, thank you so much for joining us today. I can see Kelvin Amaju, thank you so much. Pretty Favor, thank you so much for joining us. Prince AL Dollar Bill, thank you so much for joining us. Greg Bayero, thank you so much for joining us. Irene Finest, thank you all so much for joining us. To all the viewers back home, thank you so much. Everybody in the panel section, thank you so much. Today was indeed a very hot section. Thank you all so much for joining us. Everybody in the panel, Mr. Collins, Mr. Tunainja, Mr. Annie, One Man Went to Moon, Pilot Y, and Mr. Gibson, Brian Nice, Mr. Destiny, every one of you. I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you so much. But please do not forget to join us by 5 because we're going to be having another section like this by 5 p.m. where we can all come out and air our views. But 5 p.m. Nigerian time, guys. Do not forget that we'll be here. Please join us. Thank you all so much for your love, for your support. We appreciate you. If you're yet to subscribe, do so. Please know that this broadcast is not for you alone. It's for me, you, and every other person out there. Endeavor to share. And like this post, please. You have to like it. Why I always plead with you guys to like is because so YouTube can spread Ninja Watch platform like a wildfire, so more people can come here and know what we are doing here, so more people can come here and air their views. Because I mean, Ninja Watch platform is a platform we all come to air our views, to educate ourselves, and viewers learn and all of those things. So please do not forget to like I said. Thank you all so much for watching. Do have an amazing day, amazing morning, amazing evening, depending on the time zone wherever you are. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Bye-bye. My name is Kachi.